Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is your boy Dino Hype coming back at you guys with a brand new video, and I hope you guys are having a great day so far. In today's video, what you guys are going to be seeing is I haven't covered any PlayStation 5 information in quite a while, mainly because of the magnitude of the Call of Duty information that has been coming out over the past couple of weeks and even months. So I haven't really been able to keep you guys updated with the PlayStation information, but newsflash, there hasn't really been a lot of news breaking. But I do have two articles that were released earlier on at the beginning of the month where it's going to go into a little bit of PlayStation 5 information. The first one has to do with Sony CEO revealing the PlayStation 5 is going to be targeted more towards the hardcore gamers. And then the second article that we're going to be discussing is going to be talking about the PlayStation possibly coming out sooner than you think. We have a playlist on the channel which covers most of the PlayStation 5 information that we have seen already come out to the public. So if you guys have not checked out my article or checked out the playlist on my channel, I'll put a link to the playlist in the description so you guys can check out all the previous videos if you guys would like. But we're going to be discussing these two articles in today's video. I'll basically be reading them over and kind of give you guys my input on what I think as I'm reading it, and you guys can also let me know in the comments what you guys think of all the information after I read everything. Now, if you guys want to see the articles for yourself, the links will be down in the description to both of them. Down there where it says info, so if you guys want to read them for yourself, you guys can do so. Or if you guys want to just listen along as I read them, you guys can do that as well. But we're going to go ahead and get straight into things now. Before I go any further, please remember, if you guys are brand new to the channel, if you guys want to go ahead and help out and support me, all you guys got to do, if you guys are a fan of Call of Duty gameplay, news, updates, patch notes, everything whenever it comes to whatever Call of Duty is going on, or anything just Call of Duty in general, whenever it comes to PlayStation news, PlayStation 5 consoles news in general, and even GTA information whenever it comes to major GTA 5 updates, and even GTA 6, the game coming out here in the next year or two. So if you guys want to stay up to date with all type of stuff, all you guys got to do is hit that subscribe button, turn the notification bell on, you guys will never miss a thing. And also, if you guys are going to enjoy, do not forget to drop a like. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into things. Now, to start off here with the first article, it's going to go into the CEO of Sony. Now, it says here, Sony CEO has revealed new details surrounding PlayStation's next generation console, the PS5, which will be revealing that it will be targeted more towards the hardcore gamers who obsesses over the latest features. Now, if you guys were wondering at the beginning, hardcore gamers, no, we are not talking about the people who want to get into the violent games, the horror films, the horror games, everything like that. We're talking about the gamers who really care about the games. So the people who actually care for the storyline, the features, the graphics, all that type of stuff. Now, fans are eagerly waiting more news surrounding the console after many exciting specifications were revealed at the start of June, including the ability to play games not only in 4K quality, but also 120 Hz. Now, with competitors Microsoft working on Project Scarlet, analysts suggested that Sony may look to get ahead in the console war by releasing the PS5 far sooner than anyone has ever expected in the holiday season of 2020. Now, speaking to Wall Street Journal, Sony CEO Kenishiro Yoshida, I'm sorry if I butchered the name, he opened up the discussion, further revealing that niche console would be primarily targeting hardcore gamers who obsess over the latest features. Now, he highlighted features such as the ray tracing which would allow for a better optical effects in areas of low light, will be appealing to these types of players, given the feature has only just been made available in some gaming PCs. Now, it says here from Yoshida, now, and I quote, "Details when making games have become more important than ever." Quote. Now, I will agree with that. Over time, games, whenever you look at the graphics and the way how games are played, the storylines have gotten a little bit better over time. Now, there are those OG games where the story was already great, and some games will never be beaten. But as time goes on, you have to make the story more fun. You have to make the story more interesting. You have to make the graphics better. Everything has to get better over time. Now, whenever it comes to the PlayStation 5, I will agree that they have to make things better, because as you guys look at other Call of Duty games, other Grand Theft Auto games, and etc., any other games you guys play, whenever it comes to the PlayStation 5 console, they're going to have to be able to keep up to date with their graphics and the processing behind what the games go through. Now, moving on here, the CEO seemingly confirmed that the PS5 will have never before seen specifications, suggesting that players won't be able to go without the changes in hardware. Now, he did add, and I quote, "The PS5 will dramatically increase graphic rendering speed. The change clearly demonstrates why it makes sense to have a next generation console." Quote. Now, if you guys remember whenever the PlayStation 3 to the PlayStation 4 Switch was a big deal, or even Xbox 360 to the Xbox One, I believe most people usually made the console switch primarily because of GTA 5. GTA 5 had the whole next gen thing, and the only really new things you got were better graphics. The map kind of changed a little bit whenever it comes to the lighting and the graphics behind it, and you got underglow for their cars. That was the only really big thing whenever it came to the whole next gen switch to GTA 5. Now, behind the whole PS3 to PS4 and Xbox 360 to Xbox One, sure, there was probably some advantages, probably some better things you can actually do now comparing the old gens to the new gens. But moving on here, also in the report, a company official takes a subtle jab at a fellow developer from at Nintendo, stating that they aren't perceived as a major rival because their users tend to be much younger than the PlayStation demographic. Regardless of whether Sony considers Nintendo a significant competitor or not, they will want to ensure the PS5 meets expectations with Microsoft hot on their tails. Now, let me know in the comments. I personally think that they are correct on what they said there. PlayStation, whenever it comes to games, they are more of the grown-up there, and along with Xbox. PlayStation and Xbox, they kind of take over the adult industry whenever it comes to the video games, whenever it comes to the horror games, the violent games, strategy games, stuff like that. Nintendo, they kind of take over for like the Wii's, they take over for the Nintendo 64s, they take over for like the DS's whenever all those came out. They're kind of more for the kids growing up into teens, and then from there, it's almost like passing on a child. They're basically just, you are moving on to the big boy game consoles, which are the PS4 and the Xbox One. And now soon we are going to be moving on to probably the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Scarlet. Now, moving on here, if you guys are reading along, I want to go ahead and head on over to the second article. This is talking about the PlayStation 5 release date possibly being sooner than we think. Now, fans of Sony's consoles are raring for news of the next generation in the PlayStation line. And while information has been scarce, a new report suggests the anticipated launch could be on the horizon. Now, video game enthusiasts are getting ready for the next chapter in the console wars, as Microsoft are working on Project Scarlet, while Nintendo seem to be aiming for a new version of their popular Switch. Even though the PlayStation developers have been surprisingly quiet, without so much as a working title for the next console, Sony could be eyeing their prize holiday launch it'll need to succeed. Now, popular perception believes Sony's next console will be called the PlayStation 5. While we already have an idea of the improvements it'll have over the current PlayStation 4, there's been various ideas of when it'll be coming out. Now, like I said, the Wall Street Journal has reported that analysts expect the PlayStation 5 to be ready by the holiday of 2020. Now, this would make the console the next major bout in the storied competition between the two major console makers. Previously, Sony Interactive CEO John Codera suggested that their next console wouldn't be making it to the stores until at least 2021. Now, I can almost say that sometimes whenever these CEOs and owners and business executives say, oh no, this is going to be happening till this time, 50% of the time they could be telling the truth, 50% of the time they could be saying BS. So you can't really believe the CEOs and everything like that, because they sometimes, you never really know with them. They're going to be saying, oh, it's not coming out until at least 2021. So which meaning it could be 2022, 2023. But in reality, they're just saying that just in case something goes wrong, which is why everybody's speculating 2020 as the release date. Now, moving on here, if Sony really isn't setting its sights on the 2020 release date, the company will have a lot of boxes to check in terms of announcements, building up hype, and making sure it has strong release titles to combat Project Scarlet. Now, the PlayStation 4 was a runaway success for Sony in its 6 years lifespan, might see it pass 100 million units sold since its original November 13, 2013 release, according to the same report. Now, you're probably asking now the question, when will more information on the PlayStation 5 be coming out? Now, a lot of E3 2019 gears or goers were undoubtedly missing Sony's presence at the annual convention. While fans weren't able to get caught up on PlayStation's latest moves, it does mean that they have the PlayStation X to get a full offering of Sony's geared information. Now, the PlayStation event might be Sony's best chance to kickstart the hype for a new console in a big way, seeing as they won't have the other companies to compete for attention. Now, with all eyes on the company for more info on their imminent next-gen console, fans will be grateful to get new details on the PlayStation 5. Now, like I said, let me know in the comments what you guys think of this whole combobble situation of when's the PlayStation 5 coming out, when can we get some information actually confirmed from Sony, when are they going to actually leak something. It's almost like PlayStation or Sony and Call of Duty are working together at this point, because we barely have anything from Call of Duty and we're just now getting everything put out for us. And then whenever it comes to Sony, we barely have anything, and we possibly could be getting a release date here very soon, but we don't know anything. But other than that, that's all the information that I have for you guys. Hopefully you guys did go on to enjoy. If you guys did enjoy this video, go ahead and drop a like. And also, if you guys are brand new to the channel, do not forget to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bell on. If you guys are a fan of Call of Duty videos whenever it comes to news, gameplay, updates, patch notes, whenever it comes to Black Ops 4, and even just news and info in general whenever it comes to Modern Warfare, COD Mobile, or if you guys want to see anything other than just the original or videos, if you guys want to see glitches for Black Ops 4, if you guys want to see me go back onto other Call of Duties and mess around, let me know in the comments what you guys want to see here on the channel. But if you guys want to go ahead and head down in the description, all my socials are down there, so if you guys want to hit me with a follow, feel free. And also, all my sponsors are down in the description if you guys want to help support me. Links to everything, as well as the codes to get yourself some discounts and the websites, are down there. And also, if you guys want to go ahead and click that link down there where it says merchandise, it'll take you guys directly over to my merch store. So if you guys want to go ahead and cop yourself some of the Hype Nation merch, feel free. But without further ado, guys, it's been your boy, Dina Hype. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.